Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real Talk with Just Rob. Today we discussing the Cradle to Prison pipeline. So sit down. You're not gonna like these stats. Let's get to it. Thank you again for tuning in to Real Talk with Josh Rob. Today we're going to discuss the Cradle to Prison pipeline and three major stats that I think will show exactly how this is formed and how it's actually contributing to the next generation of Cradle to Prison victims. So, first stat. Read this yesterday on Melissa Harris Perry. 36% of black males are in the prison system and 5% are in the college community. Now, if you honestly believe that 36% of African American males are bad or criminals and need to be in prison, then the GOP and Fox News have once again succeeded in selling you a talking point. On February 26, 2012, a young African-American male, 17 years old, was walking through the streets of Florida. His name, Trayvon Martin. And when facts started to come to light about him, one of the first things Fox News did was go to his Facebook page and post up pictures of him with his tattoos and try to sell him as a criminal, as a thug who deserved to die. When the facts were, George Zimmerman was told to not approach the kid, and George Zimmerman also said they always get away with it. This man had iced tea and Skittles and a hoodie on. And rather than talk about the injustice that occurred, they wanted to focus on Barack Obama saying that he could have been my son. And let me clarify this, because some people, believe it or not, get all their information from Fox News and conservative blogs, and they have their story. So just in case you randomly stumbled upon me, I want to get this out there just so you know this. When he said that could have been his son, he doesn't mean that could have been Trayvon Obama. What he means is any young African-American male. What he means is any young black man walking through the streets of Florida that night could have been shot down in cold blood. And while I'm on the topic of children, let's talk about children in poverty. 39.1% black, 36% Hispanic. That means 3 out of 4 children in poverty are young minority brown children. And if that 36% sounded familiar, it should, because that's also the number of black males currently occupying our prison system. Are you seeing the pipeline starting to form now? Are you starting to see how these dads, fathers, sons, cousins, brothers, how them being in the prison system, unable to contribute to their families, is leading to more of their children being in poverty? And that leads me into the third stat. The children without health insurance. And the trend is going to continue. 1 in 6 black, 1 in 9 Hispanic, 1 in 10 white. And the reason this number is so important is because of GOP congressional House members voting for the 33rd time to repeal the Affordable Care Act. This is the first one coming after the Supreme Court ruled that it was constitutional. So rather than letting it go and help these minority children who need it, they rather 7 governors have already said that they're going to pull back some of the Medicaid benefits. And just one simple reason. It's not the cause. It's not, it's not going to help with any plans or help them build their base. It's one simple reason. They're not their voters. And because these minority children, parents are probably not going to vote for them in election, they could care less about doing things that help them extend their lives. And with that being said, if you're going to forget about any of the numbers I gave, because I gave a lot, remember this one. 4.4 million private sector jobs created under Barack Obama. But 600,000 jobs have been cut in the public sector. Guess who's more likely to be cut from those public sector jobs? Black people are 30% more likely to be working in the public sector. So, wow. While unemployment is 7.2%, less than the national average, and black unemployment is 14.4%, nearly 60 to 80% of the national average, 60 to 80% more than the national average. You tell me who's responsible for these kids going hungry, these kids not having health insurance, and these kids' parents not having jobs. And thanks again for tuning in to Real Talk with Josh Robb. See you next time.